Hello, everyone. My name is Osman Camaro, or Oz, and I came across the Four Pillars of Singing a little over a month ago, and I wanted to share my experience so far. First, let me say I had no clue what I was getting myself involved in, but it actually turned out to be a really good thing. I was looking for a course to study a program called Ableton for recording, and I accidentally came across the Four Pillars of Singing in the process. I looked at it and I kept feeling myself drawn to it, and I really couldn't understand why, because I've never had any interest in singing before. Growing up, I played musical instruments in school, and I DJ'd in my 20s for a few years, but that was pretty much the extent of my musical expression. But something was telling me, hey, try it out. You might enjoy it. So from the beginning, my approach was more of a sense of curiosity rather than making this my focus. But I had no clue what was coming. As of right now, I'm only a few weeks in, but I've already started selling most of my possessions in order to move to Seattle to trade. Yeah, I know, it's like, what? Like I said, I had no clue what was getting ready to happen, but before I get into that, let me explain what really drew me to this. First, it was the energy, the love, the enthusiasm that Robert has for singing and teaching, and and for watching others succeed. It's really a big part of it. I've heard many people say that he reminds them of Jack Black in the School of Rock, and when I rewatched the movie, I could see what they mean. I mean, he really loves what he's doing, and he really shows it in his presentation. If you come across any YouTube videos mocking him, honestly, I have no clue where they're getting their ideas from. I mean, I've had nothing but amazing experiences so far. So, I don't know. But as for the course, it's pretty much like taking a college level course. I mean, there's a lot of content, a lot. But it's all structured in a way where it's easy to follow. You just got to take things one step at a time. There's book work, which entails like learning how things work, and then a training section which involves practical application. It kind of reminds me of when I went to school at Full Sail. We would spend part of the day in a classroom and then the other part in a studio. We would go learn, and then we would go and apply what we learned that day. Now, I've never trained in singing before, so even the terminology, everything was really new, but I knew that this was not how classical trainers learned. It's like looking at this course, I knew without a doubt that this was not their way. But this program, it's like a science of singing. It's the best way I can explain it. It's not just about, here, do this and get these results. It's more like, this works this way, that works that way, and because of that, it all works together, and you learn how to apply it. Everything is broken down in such great detail that there's no question on what you're doing or why. It's like everything just makes sense. Learning to sing is one thing, but this program is doing so much more, and if you look at it from a certain perspective, you can easily see the possibilities of learning this. We aren't just learning how to sing. We're learning how to modify the physiology of the body that creates sound, and learning how to control and master it. Now, one of the things we can do with that control is then apply it to singing, but it's not limited. So, think about this for a sec. If I give you a pencil and I teach you how to draw stick figures, with practice you can become pretty amazing at drawing stick figures. You can even branch out into learning how to animate them, how to draw clothing, buildings, complete sceneries, environments, everything, right? Now, if we came back and said, hey, if you use different weights of lead, you can create a bigger contrast in your scenes. You can use harder lead, which creates a lighter color shading. You can use softer lead, which creates a darker shading, or anything in between. Now your toolkit just expanded. Now, what if we then say, hey, if you tilt your pencil this way, you can start to shade and create create gradients in your drawings to create smooth transitions, creating depths in your scenes. And then you'll start to replicate 3D images instead of 2D stick images. Now what if we introduce colored pencils? You can kind of see where we're going here. The voice itself creates sound. We use those sounds in a specific structure that we then call singing. What this program is teaching is twofold. On one hand, it's teaching how to sing, but more importantly, it's also teaching how to control the tools that are used for singing. The muscular, the dynamics, everything that's used for singing and how to use it all together. I know there's still a lot to learn, and I'm still getting used to the learning curve, but I could already see the potential, and it's pretty much limitless. My wife, she used to sing choir in high school, and when I explained what I was learning, she had like no response. She was like, "I've never heard of anyone teaching singing like this before." And then I showed her a video of Sergio Calafira singing like a wide variety of different musical styles and genres, and all she could say was, "If I knew then how to do what he is doing, my life as a singer would have been different." Sergio is a student of the Four Pillars of Singing, and he's also an instructor in Italy. These past few weeks, though, myself just practicing, I've already, learned a lot. And especially considering when I first started, I didn't even realize that I was always singing in falsetto. Listening to those recordings now are pretty funny, and maybe one of these days I'll actually show one. But I didn't know that I needed to contract the muscles in my throat, or what they call closing the glottis. And this program taught me how to contract the necessary muscles and how to maintain it as I go up in frequency. So this is all still really new to me, but it's starting a fire that I do not see burning out anytime soon. And honestly, it's going to get much, much stronger. The more I learn, the deeper I go, the more I wish to pursue this further. It's, and as such, I've decided, I'm going to make this my primary focus in life. Second to God, of course. But I'm in the process right now of getting rid of all material possessions that have nothing to do with singing. And I'm going to be moving to Seattle to make this my focus. The idea is to completely saturate myself with singing. I'm going to leave any and everything, all distractions, everything of the old life in Colorado, to leave an old life behind and create something totally new and unexpected, and I'm beyond grateful that, that I've had the opportunity to experience this, and, and will that everyone else can do the same. All I can say is, follow your love and your passions. Release any fears that say you cannot do something because of this or that, whatever it might be. Those singers that we see as being successful have nothing to do with luck or born qualities. They're successful because they love what they're doing, and because they, because of this, those that watch them perform and listen to them sing, they're feeling that same energy. They're feeling that love, and that's the attractor. The love. Do what you love, and you will be successful at it, no matter what it is. Don't let anything stop you. It all starts with one decision, and all you have to do is just do it. So make that decision. Do it.